Well, with Banker's Life, William Godley, he's the policy holder. He purchased the policy in December. It was approved in January the 4th of 2013, and he died in March of 2013, and I was the beneficiary of the policy. I submitted a claim, which I knew they was going to investigate because it was so soon after he purchased the policy. And when he applied for this policy, he had signed a medical release form. And on this form, it stated that bankers would obtain medical records before they issued the policy. Supposed to get his medical files before they issued the policy. And so when it got approved, he assumed they had did that. And when I submitted the claim, that's when they investigated his medical history and denied the claim and said that he had misrepresented his medical condition. He had answered one of the questions wrong. The denial letter, they did not tell me which question or what he had misrepresented on the application. I didn't find out what was answered wrong until October 25th. So right now we're in court and we are fighting over the statute of limitations. Bankers is trying to say that the initial denial letter that provided no information about which question was answered incorrectly is where the time start for the statute of limitations. I am arguing that it started in October because that's when they specified what condition was answered incorrectly. And then during this um, lawsuit lawsuit period, I discovered that they had claimed they had voided and rescinded the policy. However, in South Carolina, in order for a insurer to rescind a policy, once a claim has been submitted, you have to prove intent. They have to prove that he intentionally lied on the application, and they have never submitted any, filings or claims for that, for the rescission. They just said we rescinded the policy without the benefit of the law. So what I have done at this point is I have resubmitted the claim and demanded payment for the policy. In the meantime, the bad faith litigation is still pending at this time in the appeals court. And before you called me, I was a little bit depressed because as I was going through the case, I realized that the district court judge, he was making assumptions about um, everything I submitted, but he didn't make a single assumption about anything that Banker submitted because on the initial denial letter where they're saying he answered one of the questions incorrectly, they have the next statement deals with how bankers attain his medical records, like when they got them, how they got them, and everything. But yet they could not answer the question about what he answered wrong on the application. So I thought that was odd. I had even submitted some statements to the district court where I said I don't think they was finished with the investigation when they sent the denial letter. It did not appear that they was finished with it because they had the medical files, but the question of what he answered wrong was not specified. It wasn't filled out. They didn't have any information until October, and the district court judge he sided with bankers because they have an attorney and I'm representing myself because I could not get a attorney to take my case because the policy was so small. It's only like $10,000. So they was like, this policy is not really worth anything, and they didn't understand why bankers was fighting the policy as well. So that kind of left me having to defend for myself.